Although his name and face are iconic, few know the impact Che Guevara had on the world or what he truly stood for. The Motorcycle Diaries, a recently released memoir by Che Guevara, helps illuminate what turned an asthmatic medical student into one of the most infamous revolutionaries of all time. Che was born to a middle-class family in Argentina. His family wished for him to become a doctor, but a motorcycle tour of South America led him down a different path. He wished to end class gaps, risking a potentially deadly swim across the Amazon to prove to a leper colony that they were no different than he, and for South Americans to unite against foreign influences. Whether it was his talks with the diasporic Incan people, watching a communist mining couple be persecuted for their beliefs, he's a blossoming Marxist communist, filled with content watching his people and native land be exploited for capital gain. In this book, we see the emerging ideologies of Che Guevara. The Cuban Revolution was the first chance Che got to put his ideologies to the test. In the early 20th century, Cuba had become everything Che stood against. The country was ruled by the brutal US-backed dictator, Fulgencio Batista. He killed and imprisoned the poor and those who were political dissidents. He became rich by exploiting the country and its people. Fulgencio Batista turned Cuba into a hotspot for American tourism. Cubans were poor and oppressed, while Americans came and spent all their money in Cuba's brothels and casinos. The Cuban people called for revolution, and Che and Fidel Castro answered. Batista's regime battled the revolutionaries for the better part of the 1950s, but ultimately failed in their quest to squash the upheaval. With one foul swoop, Che Guevara and Fidel Castro had brought communism to the doorstep of America. They seized private businesses and gave them to the people. They cut ties with imperialist foreign countries, and as Minister of Industry and Agricultural Reform, Che Guevara helped shape the newly born communist country for many years to come. He eventually left Cuba to fight in revolutions all over the world, including Africa. His luck as a revolutionary ended in Bolivia, where he was killed by the Bolivian government. So, where's Cuba today? After the passing of power from longtime dictator Fidel Castro to his brother Raul, Cuba is forging ahead into the 21st century as a slowly transforming country. Cuba has begun to open its ports, approach the U.S. about the long-standing embargo, and toying with the idea of implementing a state-run free market, much like that of China. The gap between the rich and the poor has slowly become larger, the Communist Party is easing its iron grip on the people, and Cuba seems to be on the path towards becoming a more westernized country. Is this the Cuba Che envisioned? Maybe not. Perhaps this Cuba is better suited for long-term prosperity than a communist nation dreamt up by two wild-eyed revolutionaries and propped up by a no longer existing world power. Only time will tell.
Hay una historia que nosotros debemos conocer.
Are you ready?
South Central Los Angeles. So what you want to do?
Are you ready?
So what you want to do?
Are you ready?
So what you want to do?
Are you ready?
I'm all on the front line, down to put in work. I thought once or twice, but they never did no dirt. But I'm amped to put my flats on the map with exchanging of a scrap for a fully loaded strap. But I got to make a rap once I get the magazine. Now once I spot a rival, it's a must I do him in. I spin around the corner, finna get busy. I asked the big homie, who is he? The fool with the wrong color wrong. Standing by the bone, said your mission is complete. Once you get his head blown off his shoulders and his neck. Damn, a chin checkers out in rep, but they ain't even thought about the pen yet. You can smell the smoke in my clothes. The road got me buzzed. Asking where we was since the buzz. I'm going out slugs for them dead mother. Now they're trying to stick 25 to a killer. One more felony added to the two. Instead of killing fool, I wish I would've busted you. I'm only 13, but already serving heat on these streets, picking off fools from the